Okay, we're going to go ahead and run a two proportion z-test using data. We're going to answer the question, are parents more likely to report high stress compared to non-parents? So those are the two groups, parents versus non-parents. And are they more likely to report high stress? This is going to be a two proportion z-test. We're going to use the ARDA-STAT. So you're going to have the web apps open for ARDA-STAT. Have multiples. The online web apps will take you here, and then we're going to need two for a two proportion z-test. And because we have the raw data, we need to do a little bit of work. It's not just given to us. So what we need to do is open up first, explore categorical data. That's number one. We're going to want that open for individual observations. And we're comparing stress levels. Okay, so we're going to have to get the proportion of parents who have high stress. The second one we're going to need open, you're going to need a second window open, is the comparing two, right here, comparing two groups, two proportions. So that will also be open. And we're going to enter in the number of successes once we have the groups, right? Because we're comparing parents and non-parents. And then we need to get the sample size and the number of parents who have high stress, and then the sample size for non-parents, and the number that have high stress. And then we'll run a significance test to compare if parents group 1 are greater than non-parents group 2. So the way we're going to do that is, here's the data that we're using to answer that question. So first I need parents. There we go. So I have the parents. Instead of individually counting every single one of the parents and then seeing if they have high stress over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a filter. So we click here, go here, create a filter. And so after that's created, you can click that little triangle there. And I want only parents. Parents are 1, labeled with 1, the category 1. So now all the parents are here. And here's their stress level over here. So I'm going to highlight their stress level like that. Control C or edit copy. And then in the exploring categorical data here for stress, I'm just going to type in all the observations. And so now I have the numbers. I have for parents, there are 8 with high out of a total of 28. So now I can go back over here. And then sample size is 28. There were 8 with high stress. Now I need the non-parents. So now I go back over here to the data, click 0, unclick that one, and then go here. Now I have the list of all the non-parents. So we're going to get the stress level over here. So make sure at the very top again, and I'm going to highlight all of those like that. And there was 200 and something, so it takes a while to get there. I'll get there. Okay, get there. There it is. Okay, I'm at the end. Control C or edit copy would work. Now that I have that, I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to take out the parent stuff, and I'm going to put the non-parents data in. There we go. You could see there were 286 total. High stress in this case is 121. High stress there. 121. Oh, I messed up here. I got the title of that. I included the title. I didn't want that, but it's okay. We can still. Oh, so it's -1. So it's 285 is the sample size. 122 are high stress. So the sample size is 285 because I copied the title. Don't do that. And then we got the real 121, 122. Sorry. There we go. So now we have the data. Now we can run the significance test there. It's the greater than. And so you could see P1 is the parent group, P2, and then now we have the test statistic, and we have the p-value, 92. So now we can see that the p-value is really high, so we're going to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. So we don't think that we don't have evidence to say parents have higher stress than non-parents based off of that data that we had. This data here. That's it. So you run it.